Thank you for the follow, Pixel Dryden. Okay, let's get started. Um, so today I was going to work on the PICO-8 game I was working on yesterday. I was also thinking that instead of showing the Google timer at the start of the sessions, hello Indie Retro News. Yeah, I was thinking of actually making a countdown timer in Scorpion Engine rather than using the Google timer. That might be a little bit more on brand. So let's see if I can do that. Um, and yeah, welcome to the stream, Indie Retro News. Oh yeah, that would be quite fun if there was something, if the countdown timer was an actual game. Actually, that reminds me of the Legend of Zelda Game and Watch. That's got quite a fun countdown timer mode where you can fight enemies as Link until the time runs out. And I think you get a score. So if you set like a 10-minute countdown timer, at the end of the 10 minutes, it will tell you how many enemies you could slay in that time. Anyway, I'm going to need to find a true type font for my new countdown panel. So let's look for Scorpion font. There we go. So yeah, the font that I use on the splash screen of the Scorpion engine is actually called Scorpion. Um, that's somewhat of a coincidence. I was looking for fonts and I liked that one, and because I figured it, it just happened to be called Scorpion. I thought that would be a fitting one to use. Where did my font go? Okay, so I don't have any fonts in the project other than the default font. I'm gonna want want to import this font, and we're gonna call it scorpion.font.png. Oh no, that's I made a mistake there. I was supposed to import. Hmm. I thought I had an importer where I could import the number fonts, but I don't. So I might just have to really quickly make a font from scratch. I'll make it start with a fairly big canvas. Okay, I'll catch you soon. Swap that around. Uh, and I don't want stroke on it. I don't want anti-alias. I'm gonna go pixels and make it 30. Why not? Now, what's that going to look like on an Amiga display? 6. Yeah, I think I'll oh, 72. Is that going to be too big? Okay, and how wide is? What's the dimension of that too? Oh, yeah. Okay, no, I think that's all right. I'm just going to do a. Hey, Niso, how's it going? I hope you're feeling all right. What I'm doing is. I was using a countdown timer from Google to start um, the stream, but I figured it would be more on topic if I actually made a countdown timer in Scorpion Engine to display instead. So I take it was the Omicron version. Oh, in any case, I'm glad to hear that that you're feeling good. Um, yeah, that's good to hear. I was only able to get my booster a couple of days ago because uh, it had only just been long enough since I'd had my second one, so now boosted. Oh, that's no worries. I completely understand. Uh, it's oops. Okay, so 640 by 64. That should fit our numbers just fine. Okay, so we've got a nice big number font. So as soon as I'm done this countdown time, it shouldn't be too long, I'll show you the uh, PICO-8 conversion I was working on earlier. Right. Now I'll pull this Scorpion font. I'm not sure if you were around earlier when I mentioned this, but the name of the font that I'm using on the Scorpion Engine splash screen is called Scorpion. Right. Okay, so we've got a nice big chunky font. I'm going to want to design a panel. And I might as well make that 320 by 256. And then I'll just put standard numbers guides on, so I can put that right in the middle. 60 by 128. Niso, what do you Do you use an art package for things like this when you're working on your games? Oh, sorry. Just I was just wondering if like for instance, I'm not an artist, but I use Paint Shop Pro for whenever I need to assemble like a panel or do some tweaks, something like that. Um, I was just wondering if if there was a package you used. Oh wow. Um, I think I was using I think I was using Paint Shop Pro 8 until fairly well until maybe a couple of years ago. I only upgraded to the latest because I was I think I was having some problems with it on my Windows install. Um, but there's some really cool. Well, probably just about the same as PSP8 in terms of what it can actually do, but it does have a really cool AI upscaling. Actually, I'll just see what see if I can get a nice screenshot of that. Uh, we got a yep. Just wanted to grab that. So I've just grabbed the Shadow of the Beast ending screen, and with the AI, I'll just see what it looks like on the AI upscaler. I assume it will come out quite nicely, but I don't know for sure. Illustration. Hmm. Um, it's um, it's quite handy having this built into Paint Shop Pro. Whereas before I upgraded to this version, if I wanted to do an AI upscale, I would have to find a service online and manually upload the image. But having AI upscale built into Paint Shop Pro is really nice. Um, well, welcome to the stream, Mixel. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, it did come out fairly nicely. Anyway, I'll put that aside. So Mixer, what I was working on is a digital countdown timer, making it in Scorpion so that at the start of my streams I can actually use a Scorpion project to show a countdown time. Let's just decrease that to 256. Yeah, I just imagine someone doing like pixel art, just like real low res pixel art, and then they use AI upscaling it to make it massive, and it looks like It looks like a painting, watercolors. Oh, panels. Ah. The bug I'll have to investigate sometimes is sometimes after I've just created a panel or something, it's a bit. I need to click on it a couple of times to come up. Anyway, so let's add minutes and seconds and 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. I'll start with 5 minutes 0 seconds. Let's add a couple of elements. So that is going to use minutes and yeah, max value of 9. Should have thought a bit more about how. Oh, I know what I can do. I can just just going to take out the background so I can line it up a bit more easily. Did that not Oh. Okay, that's weird. I don't know what I've done wrong here. But since that's transparent, that should have should be able to see through that. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I can always tweak it if it's not in exactly the right place. Okay, let's make another one, which is so max value is going to be 59 for seconds. Okay, so this one I need to bring in slightly. That's so fiddly. Yeah, that would be a smart idea. And welcome to the stream, Griffin. But yeah, anyway, so my countdown timer is lined up. Let's add a Let's add some code. Tick, and then on my startup, I'm just going to go wait for frame, and then base go to go sub tick, and then go to startup, so that repeats that loop. In fact, I'll change that into an inline, so everything I do in here is going to be copied into startup. Oh no, I will make that a go sub because it may want to return from it. Okay, so all right, so let's go. If I need to set the variable, which is yep, it's good to see most of my Scorpion Engine family here. Seconds minus 1. Then on a condition, which is seconds is less than 0. Then I'll set seconds back. Oh, I also need to check that minutes is I'm going to say if minutes is greater than 0. Otherwise, okay, minutes is greater than 0, then we want to go minutes equals minutes minus 1. Hi, I'm selling these fine Scorpion Engine leather jackets. Oh, that would be fun. Man, it'd be so good if like there's like an online multiplayer version of Wii Bowling where everyone could just do the Wii Bowling within their own home. Well, I think my logic for the countdown is correct. I don't know if we're absolutely sure. Um, and I'm going to insert a label in here, and I'm going to call that loop. And then at the end of this, I'm going to go back to loop. Because at the start of this I need to have display, set panel base. Don't want to wait. Well, I hope that's going to work. It's such a simple program that I'd be a bit embarrassed if it didn't work. I need to double check that I've yep, okay, I've got a limited palette. Might as well make that 1-bit plane, and I'll also make this 1-bit plane. And let's hope my countdown timer works. Yeah. Okay, it's working. At some stage, I might want to make it a bit more interesting. Like make so Neil Indie Retro News suggested that a countdown timer could have like some characters fighting it out, and when there's only one left, that's when the timer is up. Alternatively, I was just thinking of like in the Zelda Game and Watch, there's a countdown timer mode where like you set it to say 10 minutes, and then you can make Link fight monsters for 10 minutes to see how many you get. Oh, what was the final fight continue screen? Was that the one where he's in front of the bomb and he's trying to blow out the fuse? Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I could actually make that part of this. If I move the time to the bottom, and then I could have a Hager trying to blow out the fuse. Oh, thank you for the follow, Colin. Um, okay, yeah, I see there's quite a bit of animation in there, so it's not just his head moving up and down, but it's a fuse as well. It still would be a cool timer to implement. I'll have to have a think about. Oh yeah, I'll have a think about it. If there's a way I could do that whole animation in Scorpion Engine, but have it as a 5-minute countdown, that would be quite cool. Anyway, so I'll put aside that countdown timer for now. I'll get back to what I was working on yesterday. So yesterday I was working on a port of a brand new PICO-8 game called not exactly sure how to pronounce it. I think it's Duality, and it's about a duel between a cowboy and an alien. So it's a two-player only game, although I don't see any reason why we couldn't implement some sort of AI for it. Because it's a PICO-8 port, um, it uses all of the PICO-8 colors, and the reason why I've got them twice is so that I can If I need to use sprites, then I can use sprites with the same color range. And yeah, so it's just so it's a fairly simple two-player game. The idea is that you've got to shoot the other um, person before you get shot, but there's um, there's a little bit more to it than just being the first to push fire, because you've got this block move. So I was just demonstrating it there, which basically means that if well, so it's a parry move. So if you get shot while you're doing that move, then it deflects and it kills the other player. So I need to implement a few more of these animations. So I need I've done the cowboy parries. I need to do the alien parries and the alien shoot. Oh, and the parry is 25 frames. So that's 25 frames. What's next? The laser shot. And then the recoil. That should be prevent move. Actually, those should be prevent move as well. Into alien Handler. And since there's quite a lot of custom logic, hopefully I'm not going to have to do too many changes to this, because I'll need to do them in two different places. Made a mistake there. That's supposed to be P2. Okay, finished. Don't need to change the duck handler. Do I need to change the stand handler? Yes. Alien attack. Okay, hopefully the alien can oh no. Alien stand handler. That should be attack handler. Attack handler. No, okay, so there's a few things broken here that I need to fix. Okay, so that needs to be control 2. Control 2 fire. Okay, I can duck. I can run around, I can shoot that direction. I can't seem to parry handler. Yeah, okay, so that needs to be control 2. 2. Let's try that again. Okay, so all of the moves are working. The attacks are working for um, both characters. Just going to run the original game again. Okay, so if I boot block, let's add those death animations. So I'm going to call this Cowboy Die Owl. Make that one infinite. Yeah, I thought these were quite lovely death animations. Yeah, because we need to track how long. We need to track how long it's been since each character's parried, because you can only parry it's once every 2 seconds or so. Regarding mouse support, I think it was Ultra Narwhal that asked for that. It is something that I've got planned, but I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to do it. The one of the problems I've got with it is, like, say if you wanted to make a game that was like Operation Wolf, then you're probably going to want 2-player support for it. So we'd need to support both mouse ports. Um, a problem is normally because normally the mouse port's in a different port to the joystick. So do we treat player one, if player one is on mouse, do we treat it as having the usual mouse port that it's in, or do we treat it so that it's having the um, where the player one would normally have the joystick plugged in? Oh, I could, if I were to do mouse controls, I could probably just call them oh, yeah, maybe just mouse one and mouse two. Oh, rotation is uh yeah, without mode 7 like hardware, that would be pretty difficult to achieve. What Scorpion Engine is based in part on click and play. Click and play didn't have real time rotation, but what it did was, like, if you had like a top down racing game like Micro Machines, you could just give it one direction and then it would create the rotations for all of the other directions. And I think you could have up to like 32 rotations on a car. So that's something I could look at in future, is making it so that you can have like a race car movement type that has instead of needing to manually rotate each frame, you can tell it to generate a rotation. Welcome back. Uh, 2 seconds will be 100. Well, the next major feature I'm planning to work on, and this is another feature that has been asked a fair bit, is the ability to load and save. I suppose it's a bit ironic because uh, as Mixel, you said that you've just finished your password system. Okay, so there's a 2 second delay on doing parries, so yeah, that level of flexibility on um, that level of flexibility on strings might be some way away. At the moment, strings are basically hard coded in length. So, for example, the variable thing I just added, it will, no matter how big or small the number is, it's not going to make the variable, the string longer because the variable is going to be fixed length. Um, Griffin, just out of curiosity, what use case did you have in mind for um, being able to store strings and variables? Well, that makes sense. One of the complications is um, so one of the complications is the Scorpion virtual machine. All of the variables are just word length. So in a word variable, you can store 2 bytes, so that would be 2 characters. At some stage, I may need to look at putting arrays in so that you can have a block of memory together for one set of variables, and then on top of that, you could have a string, since a string is basically just an array of bytes. It might not be too hard to make it so that you can store 2 characters in a variable, but that wouldn't be that generally wouldn't be that useful, because like arcades, you normally expect to have 3 characters. Yes. So um, uh, Scorpion is a 16-bit virtual machine, so all of the variables are signed 16 bits. They're Well, I mean, you could, but you'd sort of be wasting you'd be wasting memory that way. You would be using um So I suppose you could technically have um yeah, you could have like one variable for every character, but that would not only well, yeah, it would waste some memory, but also it would be a bit tricky to. Yeah, I think at some stage I'm just going to have it so that you can add a string variable up here, and then maybe in value you type how many characters that you want, and then that works out how much memory um, needs to be saved. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm sure I'd eventually be able to use save data together with um, yeah, sorry, yeah, you'll eventually be able to use save data with high score tables. One thing that's tricky, would be a little bit tricky to work out, is how to sort them so that you add a new entry in there, then you need to make sure that it's in the right place. But I'm sure we can work something out for that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, so I'm just going to make it so that the cowboy also can only parry once every 2 seconds. And then I need to start working on some logic for actually being able to do hit detection. Just going to add a really basic talk pad. Something else I keep meaning to do is I want to get rid of TalkPad from this section and then just make it something that you can load through, through startup, and that way you'll be able to swap out TalkPads during the game. Let's use it now. Hmm. Oh, that. Okay. Oh, I didn't set a TalkPad. Maybe that's why it crashed. But in any case, I really need to have some sort of check in there to make sure that if I try to compile it without it, well, if I try to use the TalkPad without a TalkPad being there, then it doesn't crash. Okay, well, I'll make some changes to here, so that needs to be center adjusted. I'm going to see if I can find the PICO-8 font. How did that come out? Ah, That came out really nicely actually. So let's try setting that as Pico font and let's give that another go. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's just legible enough. I might just um, yep. Yep. Oh, I guess surprise me. Okay. Now I'll make a change here so that it uses a level timer rather than the actor timer. The reason for that is because if there's a if they try to both shoot at the same time, I want one to override the other. Um, Now what I need to do is I'm going to tag all of these. And the reason is because when I shoot, I might not necessarily know um, which of these three actors it is, because it might be ducking or it might be attacking. So using the tag there, I can check the actor. I can check the actor tag, and I can also um, oh no, okay, I forgot that for each needs to use another code block. So I'm going to add a oh, I'll add it here. So I'm going to have a variable called has hit. Actor type, actor tag equals a link. So we're just checking if the bullet hit or not. And we don't want to check if the bullet hit the cowboy because the cowboy was going to shot it. So I'm going to do a check on the actor tag is alien. Then I'm going to go condition where player y equals actor y. Oh, actually, I'll put it not equal. So if they're not standing at the same height, then I'm just going to go let's return, and I'm going to go actually, yeah, I'll just go return if they're not the same height. If we get all the way down to the bottom of this, then I'm going to go set variable has hit. Oops. Set variable has hit to true. Actually, I'm just going to try turning off that yield. The reason I put a yield in there is because I wasn't sure if it was going to show the attack frame before it runs this. Let's give that a go. Okay, yep. So I didn't need to do a yield. So if I get down to here, so I'm probably going to need to do a few conditions, like is the player ducking. So I can go condition. actor type equals duck. Just check. So I can't hit the enemy if we're not on the same level, and if the alien is ducking, then I can't hit it either. If the alien is not ducking, and it's doing your condition. So this is the way that we look up what direction we're facing. So if look der mask right. I probably should do some sort of special condition that just because that's a little bit difficult to follow. That checks that the actor is looking to the right. So I should probably just do a special condition that says is player facing left or is actor facing left, right, up, down. Hmm. Alternatively, and this is probably a smarter way to do it, is I just have a alien die actor. So if I say P2 alien die, I'm going to make that CPU platform and then take away the movement speed so it can't move. Get rid of all these other animations. Oh, and do I have any? Better get rid of that handler. So that's just a really simple uh, animation for death. And I'll yield it for a couple of seconds so that we can see the death animation. Let me check that death animation. Okay, so that needs to be 0 because I want that to last forever. Left, go right. Railway 1 is already okay. Now, I need to add a special case for has hit, which is when the um, set that to 1. So has hit parried is a special value for when you try to hit the enemy but they manage to parry it. So if I get to here, okay. Oh, thank you for coming on the stream, Niso, and I'll see you next time. Actually, I should. Um, yeah, I should have a special active for P2 Alien Parried. So on my P2 Alien Tech Handler, I can simplify that a great deal. Oh, no. Well, messed that up.
So I just need to set type is just Perry or P2 Perry. Hello there. Apologies if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Borvezor 75. Okay.
Okay, I've got a strange bug where when I change to that type, when I change the alien parry, it doesn't last for 25 frames. It only lasts for a fraction of a second. It's probably just something weird to do with oh, I think I might know what it is. Yeah, okay, so I'll get rid of that. To none. Try that again. Oh, I know what I can do to fix it. I can just force the animation to replay. No, that didn't fix it either. Well, I'll try a hacky fix. I'm just going to set set it to 1 frame and then 24, just in case it's skipping through the first frame or something weird like that. I'm going to check if there's no other events that could be skipping the animation. Okay, I'll just check so I can still shoot the alien, and then it gives me that message. Cowboys hit the alien. Oh, and I was going to make that line height a bit bigger so there was a gap between the lines. So I'll just see if I can deflect the shot. Okay, that almost worked. So it is detecting a deflection, but it's not changing the player. Let's try set actor, change actor rather than change player. Well, I can't explain why it doesn't seem to be doing the why it doesn't seem to be changing the type. Because if I shoot the alien, that works as expected, and the alien is dead. If I try it again, if shoot, but the alien deflects it. Might need to work around it, so I'm going to have a condition. So I will go actor tag is cowboy. Then I can go actor set type to P1 cowboy die. And then I can go for each actor, then cowboy kill. No, that's still not. So it's still deflecting this, detecting this deflect. It's just not
it's just not making the cowboy die for some reason. So I'm just going to check that it is actually running this code. That should trigger a quit when there's a deflection. Which it is. This doesn't seem to be playing those animations. Oh, I think I might know why. Maybe? No. Hmm. Well, this is seriously confusing me because the only animations this character has are the die left and the die right, and I'm telling the actor to change to that one, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything at all. So I'm completely lost as to why it would be doing that. I'm just going to see if it's at least triggering any frames of that animation. No, so it's not triggering the animation. It's not triggering any frames of the animation. I'll just see if I can make it destroy the cowboy. Okay, so I can make it destroy the cowboy. It's just not changing to that. It's just not changing to this type. Alternatively, what I could do is I could go spawn no one cowboy die. So I spawn the new death actor. Oh, okay. Now that's not a good sign. Well, I think I'll need to leave it there for now. I think I've found a engine bug, so I'll come back to this. I guess maybe in another 10, 12 hours or so, once I've had a chance to see if there's any engine bugs that I've missed that could be causing that guru meditation when I try to use this specific actor. Anyway, thanks to everyone for joining the stream, and I will hopefully see you all later on. But before I go, I'm gonna see who else is streaming so I can do a raid. Oh, Emitin's on. I'll send you all to Emitin. Okay. Thank you very much, and I'll see you hopefully next stream.